Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Gaming Timmy, and welcome back to Skyfactory 5. Let's hop right into it. Hey guys, welcome back. In between episodes, I made this island a little bigger, and I started preparing for today's episode. So in this chest right here, I have the stuff to prepare for today's episode to actually get the rest of those colors. So the first thing that we're going to start off by doing is we're going to get the lime color. So I did a little bit of research in between episode, and the easiest way to get the lime color is to actually get seagrass. And you're probably wondering, how do we get seagrass? So the way that we do that is we're actually just going to bone meal the ground inside water, and then we need to get some shears, and then you just use the shears on it, and just like that, you get your lime color. So we're just going to shear the rest of that. I don't think that'll actually give us lime, but now that we've unlocked it through these stages, we can just go make it. First of all, what we're going to start off with though is we are going to use this copper, which the way that I got that is I made some lime dye and I made some orange dye, and I went in here and I went to this resources tab and I just made raw copper by doing that, and then I went and smelted it. So why we're making a block of copper is one of the easiest ways to get the cyan color is just by getting a oxidized copper. So we're just going to place this down and wait for it to oxidize throughout the whole episode, and then we'll come back to it at the end. And then the way that we're going to get these two other colors, or these three other colors, is we're going to plant an eggplant seed to get the magenta, or not magenta, to get the purple color, and we're going to get eggplant from it. And then to get the magenta color, we're going to use onions and get onion seed. And then to get the pink color, we are going to fish in our little 4x4, and then we're going to make some fish fillets, and we're going to use that to get that color. So let's grow these eggplant seeds using our watering can, and I'll be right back whenever it's fully grown. There we go, guys. The eggplant is fully grown, and let's harvest it, and just like that, we got our purple color. So we can't turn that into purple dye either, but we will just make the dye, and then we'll have the purple color. So let's do the same thing with these onion seeds, and then we'll unlock that next color. I'll be right back whenever these are fully grown. Just like that, our onion is fully grown, and let's unlock the next color, which is magenta. Alright, now that we have those two colors, let's move on to our last color, which we are going to get by fishing. So we're just going to fish in this little 4x4, and I'll let you guys know whenever I get a fish. And boom, guys, just like that, we got our first fish. So you're probably wondering, how are we going to get fish fillet? So the way that we get fish fillet is actually by making a knife, which we can make a stone knife by using a stick and 2 cobblestone. So we've got a stick already, and let's go get 2 cobblestone. So there's some cobblestone. Let's make our knife really quick. There's our knife, and there's our fish fillet. And just like that, we unlocked our pink color. So now that we have most of these colors unlocked, we're going to start making some dripstone is the way that you do it, because just like it says in our quest book over here, we can actually use dripstone to convert water into dyes. So let's actually unlock or check off all of these that we have. So we have yellow, we got red, we got purple, we got pink, we got orange, we got magenta, we got lime. We're still waiting on cyan. We'll see if we have that one by the end of today's episode. We still need to complete a few of these, so we didn't throw a colored sapling in the water yet, so let's do that just to get that blue sapling real quick. So we're just gonna throw the sapling into the water, and it gave us a blue sapling. So now we have our blue color and a sapling. So now that we've completed that quest, let's do this one where we can click on colored leaves with a dye to get flowers. So let's use our brown. So we're going to place a brown sapling down, we're going to water it, and then we're going to click on the leaves with its dye just to give us that dye, or just to give us a flower. And just like that, our tree is grown. So let's click on the leaves. So let's try a different dye. Huh, it actually looks like that's not working for us. So let's break all these leaves and break all this wood. We're actually just gonna throw these leaves inside of this chest just so that we can keep getting more dirt. So we haven't completed that one yet. We'll figure that one out later. Throw a colored sapling in a fire or lava to change its color. So let's take one of these uncolored saplings and let's throw it into some lava and change its color. And just like that, we got an orange sapling. So we've completed that one, and let's do the next thing. So use dripstone to convert a block of sand into a dye block. So how do we get dripstone? Let's see. So we're gonna get dripstone using brown dye and gray dye. So let's use that brown dye and that gray dye and make some dripstone. So there's some dripstone, and what we really want is this pointed dripstone, which we are going to have to make a stone cutter to actually do this. So it's just going to take one block of iron and a few stone. So let's get a block of iron really quick. We're going to have to make some more gray dye by throwing that in the water. And then we'll go smelt our cobblestone and smelt our iron, and then we will make our first stone cutter. So let's take this over here and smelt it, and turn it into some iron, and then we will smelt them both up, and I'll be right back. And just like that, we've got our 3 stone. So let's use our 3 stone, and let's use this iron to make us a stone cutter. So now that we've got the stone cutter color, let's throw the dripstone in there, and let's make some pointed dripstone. So we're going to build this up just a little bit because I'm pretty sure you have to have it a few blocks tall just to get it started. So let's go up a few blocks. And actually we're going to grab some slabs just so that we can contain that water up there. So let's take some water. And let's use light gray dye for an example. So light gray dye, and we actually do have the climb mod in this. So if we click space and shift, so actually that doesn't look like it's working, so we're actually going to grab our hammer really quick and take those blocks down and rebuild them back up just so that we can get back up there. I think I threw my hammer in this chest actually. There's our hammer. So we'll destroy this bottom block, and then we'll vein mine it, and then we'll put it back up. And we'll surround this. And we will hammer that. And put the water right there. And throw our dye in there. And then we'll go down here and we'll make our dripstone. So we'll use a hammer to break that. And put our dripstone right beside it. Put our dripstone right there. And then we'll put our pointed dripstone, and we'll put some sand below it. there. And that should slowly turn it into more gray dye. So we'll complete that in our quest book. We'll convert the dye to sand. Alright, and now that we have all of those, we are going to wait for this copper to finish so that we can complete all of our colors. And while we're waiting for that, I'm actually going to make some chests and make some more of this dripstone block, because instead of using the sand, we can actually use one of those barrels and just drip it into there, and then make the water and flow sand into it and turn it straight up into dye blocks. So while we're waiting on this copper to turn into fully oxidized copper, I'm gonna get the resources to do that. Alright guys, I got all of the materials that I needed for our area that we're about to make with all of these dyes so that they are made infinitely. So let's start making these dyes, and let's make all of the ones that we can right now. So first, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a blue sapling, which we already made one earlier. So we're actually going to grow this and get the blue dye from it after we grow it. So once we grow it, it should give us either some blue dye or it'll give us a blue apple, and we can actually turn both of those into blue dye, and then we'll use our sand and just basically create infinite of that blue dye so that we can make it into our system. And I'll be right back after this sapling grows. Alright guys, I'm back. The sapling's fully grown, so let's see if we can get any blue dye. And just like that, we got 4 blue dye. So let's go over here and throw that into our chest. And I'm going to organize these colors the same way it says in JEI. So let's look up dye, and I'm going to organize it just like it says in here. Alright guys, so we're missing a few dyes, so let's make them. So we're missing lime green, we're missing cyan, which we won't be able to make that one right now. We'll have to be waiting until the end of the episode to make that one, but we'll skip it and we'll make light blue dye, purple dye, magenta dye, and pink dye. So let's go ahead and start with lime green dye. So we're going to make that with white and green. So let's take a piece of green and a piece of white, and let's make that lime green dye. And there's our lime green dye. And then let's make light blue, which is going to take white and blue. So let's do white, and let's do a piece of blue. And let's make that light blue dye and put it in here just as it says. And let's make that purple dye, which is going to be blue, red, or it's just going to be blue and red. So let's take a piece of blue, and let's take a piece of red. And let's make that purple dye. And next is magenta, which it looks like magenta is going to be pink and purple. So let's make pink first. So pink's going to be red and white. So let's take a piece of red. Let's take a piece of white. And just like that, we have pink dye. So let's take one of those pinks and throw it in there. And then let's take the other one and let's make magenta dye. And just like that, we have all of the colors except for that cyan color. So I'm going to make a dripstone area over here where it's going to be dripping it just like this, but it's going to be going into a barrel and making that water. And then we're just going to use hoppers to flow that sand straight into the actual barrel, and then it's going to turn it into dye. So the way that I'm going to make that is I'm going to make a chest on the bottom. I'm going to put a hopper right here, which I don't have the hoppers right now. I'll get those in a second. And then I'm gonna put a barrel above that, and then I'm gonna put a hopper flowing it in from there, flowing the sand in, and then we're going to have that dripstone right above it. So let's do 1, 2, 3. And I'm actually going to get some slabs so that we can contain all of the water to each of them. So let's make some slabs real quick, and then we will contain it to the top of that, and we'll make it go all the way down. So let's just make these chests go all the way down here, which we're going to need 16. So I made 32, so it's going to be exactly half of that. So we should see 16 right as we are finishing. So if we shift and right click, it's actually just going to make them in a line like that. And then we just want to take these barrels and put them right beside each other, all the way down to the end. And then we're basically going to have a bunch of hoppers here and a bunch of hoppers coming in from the back flowing in sand. And then we'll have chests on top of those. And then we'll have all of our dripstone up here. So let's go ahead and let's actually go get 2 buckets really quick so that we can make an infinite water source and just make it go all the way down. And we'll actually get our colors too and do that at the same time. So I'll be right back with a bucket, and I'll have all of our colors in our inventory ready to go. Alright guys, while I was doing that, I went ahead and I made all of those chests and hoppers that we were going to need. So let's get started on making this. I think I accidentally put all of this dripstone over here that I'm going to need, so let's just bring it over here and let's get started on making this. And boom, just like that, we've got all of our chests ready, and we've got all of the bottom chests ready. So I'm gonna get 16 stacks of sand and throw them all in each of these chests, and then we are going to call it an episode. So thank you for watching my episode today. And just like that, we've got all of our dyes and we've got everything ready, and we're just going to throw a stack of sand in each one of these chests. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my episode. And just like that, guys, we've got our dye generation done, and we're going to call it an episode there. Thank you guys for watching my video today. I know it may have been a little bit of a long one, but we got all of our colors done, and thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment.